Psalm chapter 95 verse 10. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. Right, the 40 years are referring to the time the children of Israel were in the wilderness. The Heavenly Father was grieved with that generation of Israelites. He said that that generation was a people that do err in their heart. We know the word heart means mind, and to err means to go astray. So that generation of Israelites that were in the wilderness went astray from the Heavenly Father. And they have not known the Heavenly Father's ways. And the ways of the Heavenly Father is righteousness. Which consists of faith and obedience to His word. And that generation of Israelites in the wilderness lacked faith and disobeyed the Heavenly Father's word. They rebelled against the Heavenly Father. Unto whom I swear in my wrath that they shall not enter into my rest. So the Heavenly Father made an oath that this generation of Israelites in the wilderness will not enter into His rest, meaning that they will not enter into the promised land, which is the land of Canaan. This generation of Israelites died in the wilderness. Numbers chapter 14 verse 19. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even unto now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. So Moses prayed to the Heavenly Father and asked the Heavenly Father if He may pardon the iniquity of that generation of Israelites in the wilderness. The iniquity that they have committed was their lack of faith and rebellion against the Heavenly Father. So Moses asking the Heavenly Father to pardon them for their unbelief and disobedience. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice. Right, so that generation of Israelites in the wilderness seen the glory of the Lord. They witnessed the miracles the Heavenly Father performed in Egypt and in the wilderness. They witnessed Moses split the Red Sea. And he was able to do that through the power of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. They witnessed the Heavenly Father cause manna to rain down from heaven. They witnessed Moses, through the power of the Heavenly Father, smite the rock, and water came out so that the children of Israel may drink. And Moses did that twice. He did that in the book of Exodus, the 17th chapter, and he did that in the book of Numbers, the 20th chapter. The children of Israel also witnessed the Heavenly Father bring 10 plagues upon the Egyptians. That generation witnessed the Heavenly Father fight for his people Israel, but they still lacked faith and disobeyed him. They have tempted the Heavenly Father 10 times and have not hearkened unto his voice. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. Right? So the Israelites that have provoked the Heavenly Father in the wilderness, those Israelites that tested the Lord's patience, did not see the land of Canaan. They did not enter into the promised land. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and had followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Right? Because Caleb had faith. Caleb obeyed the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father sent 10 spies to the land of Canaan. And out of those 10 spies, only 2 were declared righteous, and that was Joshua and Caleb. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelled in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation? Right? So that generation of Israelites in the wilderness were an evil congregation because of their unbelief, because of their disobedience, which murmured against me. Right? They murmured, they complained, they test the Lord's patience, they questioned the Heavenly Father, they contended against the Heavenly Father. I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmured against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. Right? So this evil generation of Israelites in the wilderness, 20 years and up, died. And the only ones that made it were Joshua and Caleb. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. Right? So not only would Joshua and Caleb enter into the promised land, but also the little children among that evil congregation that have said that their children will be a prey. And they said that in the beginning of this chapter. Let's go up real quick. Numbers chapter 14 verse 3. Straight to the point. And wherefore had the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children shall be a prey, and were it not better for us to return to Egypt? Right? So this evil congregation, this evil generation in the wilderness, said that their little ones shall be a prey. The Heavenly Father said Joshua, Caleb, and their little ones shall know the land which that evil generation despised. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in this wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms, right? Their idolatry. Because the Lord is married unto the children of Israel. But there were Israelites that committed idolatry, spiritual fornication. There were Israelites that lacked faith and disobeyed the Heavenly Father. There were Israelites that relied on the Egyptians. They trusted in the Egyptians. After the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. Right, so this evil generation offended the Heavenly Father because of their unbelief and disobedience. So the Lord brought judgment upon them. And the Lord said, and ye shall know the breach of my promise, or ye shall know my breach of promise. The Hebrew word for breach is danwa'ah. It reads opposition, alienation, enmity. So the Heavenly Father became an opposition towards this evil generation of Israelites. The Heavenly Father alienated himself from this evil generation. This evil generation, unbelief and disobedience, made the Heavenly Father hostile. Let's look up the word alienation real quick. Right? AI overview. Alienation. Alienation refers to a state of emotional isolation, detachment, or estrangement from oneself, other people, or society. Right? So the Heavenly Father isolated himself. He detached himself from this evil generation. And he had every right to do so because of their lack of faith and rebellion to him. They did not believe in him, neither did they obey him. So he detached himself from them. Those Israelites that lacked faith and disobeyed the Heavenly Father died in the wilderness. They did not enter into the promised land. Let's look up the root word. Right, the root word is Nawa. To hinder, hold back, forbid, disallow, restrain, frustrate. To hinder, hold back, to restrain, forbid, frustrate. To restrain, make averse, discourage. So in other words, the Heavenly Father withdrew, or he held back what was promised to this evil generation because of their unbelief and rebellion. He held back or restricted this evil generation to enter into the promised land. He removed access from this evil generation. They did not enter into the promised land. The Heavenly Father removed access to this evil generation by putting them to death in the wilderness. That's what it means when the Lord said, "And ye shall know my breach of promise." The Lord basically revoked this evil congregation of Israelites access into entering the land of Canaan. The Heavenly Father revoked that evil generation receiving rest and inheriting the land, all because of their lack of faith and obedience. So it's important to have faith and obey the Heavenly Father. This evil generation broke the covenant through their unbelief, through their disobedience.